I'm going to attempt to turn pecan pie into a coffee syrup. Let's try it. So the idea is pretty simple. We're just going to make a pecan syrup. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do boiling water. We're going to do 4 cups because I kind of feel like this is good. I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket and just make a ton of it. And then we're just going to throw in pecans. I'm just eyeballing all of this. And then normally I'm not a proponent of putting sugar into your simple syrup before it's of heat and cooking it with the sugar. But in this case, I want to simulate that pecan pie that's baked in the oven for a little bit. So I do actually want to caramelize our sugar. Then I'll give this a stir. And then I'm just going to bring this up to heat and let this simmer. Let the pecans just kind of steep into that water and hopefully get just this good caramely molassesy dark. I guess it won't be molassesy, but that cooked sugar flavor and steep that pecan flavor. So we're just going to kick this on high and let this simmer. I feel like pecan pie is easily the most underrated Thanksgiving pie flavor. I do love apple pie. It might be my favorite, but pecan pie, maybe it's because I'm getting older, over the years has become another one of my favorites. And I feel like it's going to be delicious in coffee. My whole philosophy is if you drink coffee with something and it tastes good, you can probably put that flavor into coffee. So like, for example, cheesecake and coffee pairs great together. I love eating cheesecake and drinking coffee. So in theory, cheesecake flavoring in some sorts would go into coffee. And I feel like that's the same vibe here. So that's what we're going with. It does look like it's starting to get a brown flavor, which means our pecans are steeping in here. So that's good. We're just going to let this keep simmering. We want it to be super dense and thick and reduce a little bit and get a really strong pecan flavor. I'd say probably let this steep at least 5 to 10 minutes, probably closer to 10. But I'm going to leave this for 10 and we'll see how it is. You can see we're getting some good simmering now. I opted for cane sugar instead of corn syrup. I know corn syrup is typically what you use in a pecan pie. But I just don't like corn syrup, so I don't think it's going to affect the flavor too much to use cane sugar instead of corn syrup. So that's what I went with. A couple things I would add to this that I don't have here with me is a touch of vanilla. You don't want too much, and salt. I suggest putting salt in any simple syrups, but especially this one, I think it would really bring out those flavors. Another thing I think you could do to make this super good is to toast the pecans a little bit. That way they get kind of that dark roastedness that they get in pecan pie. Whereas since I just put them straight out of the bag, it's a bit more of a raw pecan flavor. We'll see how it is, but I think you really could benefit from just throwing them in the oven for a little bit and toasting them up. Okay, it's been simmering about 20 minutes. Doesn't feel like it's reduced a lot, but I think we're going to call it. I tried it and tested out the flavor, and it tastes pretty good. I think I wanted a little stronger pecan flavor, but I think I would have upped our ratio of pecan to water. I did too much water for the amount of pecans I had. So let's get this strained and drained. I feel like this is going to be a nightmare. Yep. Going to try and strain out as much pecans as I can. If I was, had real tools in a real kitchen, this would be just a strainer job, but all I have is this little mesh strainer, so we're making it do. Trying to figure out if you can do anything with these boiled sugared pecans. I mean, I guess they're kind of candied a little bit. I don't know. I guess we'll see in a second once they cool off. Okay, let's try this again. Yep, just like that. I'd also use a bigger funnel if you have one. Okay, I'm going to clean this up real fast, and let's make a latte with the syrup. All right, I'm going to brew some of our Guatemalan as a single origin espresso. The coffee notes on our Guatemalan is praline and chocolate. So it's going to pair really well with our pecan pie syrup. While we're doing that, we'll get an ounce of our syrup loaded into our latte glass. It's still burning hot. Ow, 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 ow. It's a very odd color. It has a pink hue to it, which is very interesting. But what I've tasted, it tastes pretty good. And then I'm going to steam some oat milk, actually. Feel like that's going to help make it feel like a pie crust a little bit. Going to have a little bit of that gluten oat feel to it. But you could probably do this with any milk. Which begs the question, why couldn't you make pecan milk? Which you could. I've never seen pecan milk in the store. If you have, let me know in the comments below. You can make your own. I understand that. I just felt like it would be better as a syrup than a milk for some reason. But try it. Let us know how it is in the comments. Sure, it wouldn't be bad. All right, we'll add our espresso to our syrup. Get our milk ready. I'm going to try and do latte art, but I already know I'm not going to get anything. Yeah, nothing. Ooh, it smells, that oat makes it smell like very pecan-y. Ooh, I'm interested. If I were to do a garnish, which the answer is always yes, I would either do a little like candied pecan cluster, or you could do a little like pie crust wedge. That would be fun. If you want more of that pecan pie, like direct feel, that actually probably be what I would do. But let's give this pecan pie latte a try. Ooh, interesting. That espresso is really coming through, which I didn't expect. It's good. I'm almost wondering if the oat milk was a little too distracting from the pecan. Like, there's a lot of layers of flavor, and I'm trying to find where the pecan is. But at the same time, it's got that baked good feel to it. So, trying to figure out how I feel. I do think I want a little bit more of a strong pecan flavor, and that goes back to me not making the syrup just condensed and strong enough. I think you'd almost have to do equal parts pecan and water and sugar to really get that pecan flavor deep down in there. And salt, like I said earlier, that's going to help bring out the nut flavor. Overall, though, it's good. I like it. I think I would try it without oat milk. I think that would help the pecan shine a little further through. But this is a fun, different flavor that I don't normally see at coffee shops, which I get it's nut and nut allergies, that sort of thing. But at the same time, begs the question, what other flavors could you do this with? You could do peanut. You could do walnut, I guess. Peanut would be an obvious one. Like, I am enjoying this latte. It's just not like super strong pecan. It's kind of sitting in the back a little bit, which is, I think, partially because of the oat milk. You know, the more I drink it, the more pecan I taste and the more I'm enjoying it. So I would suggest, if you do make this at home, skip alternative milks. Go straight for whole milk, obviously, you know, if you can. But either way, experiment with this. I'm curious what you guys would do differently, what different things you could do with this. You could throw in other flavors in with the pecan and add some other flavorings to it. But overall, I would say this pecan syrup was a success. I would put this on a coffee shop menu after I tinker around with it a little bit. I think it's really fun. It's different. It feels like Thanksgiving Day in a latte, but without pumpkin, and I love that. So if you want recipes like this sent right to your phone every week, comment handbook below and we'll send them to you.